Hi. This is something different today. Today, I thought I would do a movie review. Normally, I do an out-of-theater reaction where I stream on my home PC, but that is currently being garbage. Speaking of garbage, I have here a movie. We all have heard of Twister, but have you heard of The Twisters? Released on June 6, 2024, The Asylum gave us the best tornado movie ever. That is, an apocalyptic roller coaster ride. Don't ask me, take the DVD's word for it. I was fully aware this thing had happened, because I'd Google tornado movies coming out in 2024, and this was one of them. I watched the trailer, and I got genuinely pissed. Then I forgot it even existed in the first place until September 15th, 2024, when I went to go pick up a Blu-ray of Twisters, with Glenn Powell and Daisy Edgar Jones, and I found this next to it. So being the $10 that it was, I obviously bought this instead, put it in my PS3, and never watched it again since today. I was so bored, I had nothing else to watch. I wasn't feeling good CGI. I was feeling of just putting myself through torture and sufferable hell. And this movie is that. So without further ado, let's talk about The Asylum's latest tornado movie, The Twisters. We open with some shots of random people and some fields, and then we see practical footage of a tornado, which is pretty cool. Then we cut to our main character. I don't remember the name of him, because I didn't care. And then there's this actress in this movie who is awful, and her name is Tiffany. Just Tiffany. No last name, just Tiffany. And they're arguing over AI software predicting tornadoes. And they reuse the same footage of the guy doing this exact hand gesture to his tornado AI software named Tina. And Tiffany won't put out a warning, because, she's all like, oh, AI might be the future, but it's not the present. Oh. And I'm like, they still put out tornado warnings even if there's a 90% false alarm chance. Anyways, he calls his professor, and we get the most god-awful CGI ever. And I got flashbacks to Sharknado. Is this what we're doing now? Oh my god, there's a tornado in my room. Oh my god, I better... Anyways, then we get a pretty cool shot, surprisingly, of a car just flying by, but there are tires on it for some reason, just around it, on the roof, on the hood, covering the window. It's really confusing. And then we get some pretty decent damage shots. Not as good as the aftermath from 13 Minutes or Into the Storm. Those are really good damage shots. But it's still okay for what we just saw. And, we're not even, 10 minutes into the movie yet. So then, our main character, he's driving around all of a sudden. And then it's sunny day, sunny to the point where not just your popsicle is melting, but you are melting. Clear sunny skies. This, no joke, literally this is on screen. They used this for a movie that apparently was in theaters for 3 weeks. Anyways, the tornado dissipates, and we cut to a news broadcast, and the cameraman is played by Paul Logan. Not Logan Paul, this guy. I've seen him in other movies like Alien Rubicon and America is Sinking, which are also made by The Asylum, and they are also awful films. I mean, props to this guy for just being here. Anyways, we're introduced to the main character's sister, who's very, very pissy at him for some event that happened in the past. And they start arguing about Tina, and then a tornado legit spawns. It's the same footage from the opening scene. And I kid you not, we get even more awful CGI from this movie. Like, editor, roll the clip. What the Then a very surprising death scene happens. There's this kid named Steven, who was like the microphone guy. You know how news anchors just have those microphone guys that are like on CTV News, even though you see the weather girl with the microphone. It's so stupid. Anyways, they all get to the basement, and I think his name is Logan? No, that does not sound right at all. I'll put the cast up here. Anyways, this guy, he's just in a trance, frozen in fear, looking at these tornadoes, and then his sister saves him. They hide behind a van, and then they go into the basement. And then this is where the death scene happens. Steven is freaking out. And they're like, oh, calm down, it's just like an earthquake or whatever. It's like, earthquakes are over in like 30 seconds. And then a gas pipe leaks, and some Final Destination fuckery happens where he is lit ablaze and burnt into a crisp. And the crew's reaction to this is just so dumb. Like, Paul Logan's reaction was kind of genuine, because I think Paul Logan's character is supposed to be like Steven's father or something. Like, they never bring this up, but I'd like to think that they're a family of news, like a family news crew or whatever. Anyways, he's like, no, Steven! And then, like, the other fucking girl, the mother, she's like, I
Can't believe we're never gonna see Steve again.
Like, huh? You mean? Like, yes, my son, my possible son / best friend just got burnt to a crisp. Shoot. Can't believe we're never gonna see him again. And then on to the next scene. I watched this 2 nights ago, and I'm having trouble remembering what happens next. We cut to this, like, they're driving, and then we explain why the main character's sister is so pissy at her brother, and it's because they apparently were part of the Twist X team. No joke, what they explain is literally what happened to the Twist X team. It genuinely pissed me off, because this main character resembles none of the members from the Twist X team. But I guess in this universe there was a fourth, like there were 5 members, and these were them. Anyways, Paul Logan's just kind of here, and then the other girl, she's just like, wow, that's sad. I'm so sorry that happened. Classic movie trope. And I'm pretty sure she dies. Anyways, Tiffany from the beginning, she's talking about shooting lasers at these tornadoes from the core to fuck with the temperature, I guess. And of course that backfires. The tagline of this movie is when 2 become 1. But that's too hyped up, it's anticlimactic. A bunch of fighter jets are shooting missiles at the tornado like it's Godzilla. And then, yeah, the fighter jets die. And there's like at least 127 million fucking tornadoes just in a big line. And the main characters, he's like, that's not a tombstone, that's not a wall.
That's a 1,600-mile long tombstone.
A wide fucking tombstone. So, anyways, you know how in Twister, our main characters, they survived the tornado by tying leather belts to pipes? In this movie, they get on like this roller coaster thing, and they hide in that. They get sucked up in the tornado. They get yeeted. Paul Logan's like, shoot, and there's a fake out death, but of course, no. And then I don't exactly remember how the movie ended because I fell asleep. I'm just kidding. No, and the movie just ends there. Just like how this video. Kidding. I'm gonna give this movie an F0. The acting, EF1. CGI, F0. Now the practical effects, that was an EF3 at best. Overall, this movie is a solid 2.5 out of 10. I got a long night of editing. It's currently like 12 as I'm recording this. So yeah, this is part 1 of the terrible Twister movie series. So you're just gonna see me talking, sitting on my bed with these posters behind me. You might see some different posters every once in a while. Don't question why I have 2 Jurassic World Rebirth posters. I like the movie. Next week we are going to be talking about the myth, the legend, Sharknado. Thank you so much for watching, and next week, your comments will be up here for what you think of these movies. Now, my plan for the next couple episodes are Sharknado, Super Cyclone, because I'm in the middle of watching that. That's on Tubi right now. And Tornado Warning. I recently got the Tubi app, and I was like, I wonder. So I just looked up Tornado. I saw this movie. Then Tornado Warning and Super Cyclone were on there. And surprisingly enough, Super Cyclone is made by The Asylum. So, like, the first 3 episodes are gonna be movies that are made by The Asylum. But, anyways, if you like this series, comment down terrible Twister movies, and, I'm gonna share with all your friends, and, yeah. Tune in hopefully next week for Sharknado.